Professor George Makoha to address the congregations. Welcome.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Chairman. Don't worry, the height has got its own challenges. Professor John Stratas, the Chancellor of Mount Kenya University, Professor George, the Chief Guest and Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, Chairman of the University Council, members of the University Council, the University Management led by the Acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Peter Waderi, members of the University Senate, members of the teaching, administrative, and support staff, distinguished invited guests, parents and guardians, graduates and students, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me being first, is to bring greetings from my dear wife, Jane Newton, and I am missing the kiss that I normally give her when I'm giving her introduction, when she is allowed. I will not do it in the air because he is not here, but I would have done it in case he is allowed. But I know she is watching wherever she is, because he went to represent me in New York in a function that I had been invited by a certain network called Terrorist Network in United States of America. I take this opportunity on my own behalf and that of the Board of Directors to congratulate the December 2019 graduating class for the success that we are all celebrating here today. I also take this opportunity to thank our chief guest, Professor Makoha, for honoring our invitation. Thank you and welcome to Mount Kenya University. To the graduates, I'm reminded of the recent sub-2-hour marathon challenge that was conquered by Eliud Kipchoge in Vienna, Austria. After achieving this feat, Kipchoge said he knew within the first kilometer he would achieve his goal. Mr. Kipchoge, who is the world record holder in marathon and four-time London marathon winner, had trained for his pursuit for 4 months. He was therefore confident that he would break barriers and so that no human is limited. As you go through this transition, I challenge you to believe in your abilities to continue pushing yourselves beyond your current limits to compete, not against others, but against your fears. Develop a culture of continuous improvement in all aspects of life. To parents and guardians, we celebrate this success because of your sacrifice and faith in the graduates seated here today. Graduates, let's learn to thank those people who have contributed to our success. In the previous graduation ceremonies, when my dear mom was alive, I used every time, every opportunity I get to thank her for supporting me, giving me life, education, and supporting me kindly to be who I am today. When you go back, remember to tell your parents and guardians, thank you for being there with you. I want to reiterate our commitment as a university that as we move forward, we will continue not expanding the campuses the way we were doing before, but establishing centers of excellence. And in this, we have identified four campuses that we are building to be centers of excellence, and we are going to support them financially in order to continue doing what they ought to be doing. We will still continue investing in strategic value-adding partnerships, and in this regard, I want to recognize our partnership first with the Star African Group that is led here today by Mr. John Schooling. And if you allowed me, because I feel that this is important, I will invite in front John Schooling to come and tell the congregation what is it Mount Kenya University is doing with Star African Group. John Schooling, welcome.
Salutations and greetings to everyone. Members of the Board of Directors, Mr. Chancellor, Chief Guest, members of the University Council, members of the University Management, graduates, all guests, ladies and gentlemen. This is indeed a wonderful honor to stand before you all and to celebrate with every one of you for succeeding at what is an incredibly important journey. Stag African, and I represent that company, is based in South Africa and in the beautiful city of Cape Town, and I invite all the graduates to please come and visit us at any time in the future. We have entered into a joint venture agreement to build 3,000 student beds on this campus, plus a student center, and we will be commencing in 2020 with the project. This has been an incredibly exciting journey that we've entered into. It's the first time that this is ever going to happen in Africa. So it is a wonderful honor for us to be entering into this joint venture. We sincerely hope and trust that it's going to be a great success, but much more importantly, we hope and we trust that it's going to contribute to the ongoing success of this wonderful institution called Mount Kenya University. By the way, the name Mount Kenya is an incredibly interesting name. You may not know this, but Mount Kenya was once the highest mountain on the planet, far higher than Mount Everest and the Himalayas. It is very symbiotic of what you are undertaking your future. It is an incredible mountain, and I have had the honor of climbing it. It is a wondrous experience, and I invite everyone to do that, encourage you to do that. But most importantly, and most important of all, to all the graduates sitting before me, with your entire futures ahead, I want to welcome you to a small and special club, the Club of Graduates. And I'd like you to listen very carefully to what I want to say now. You are a member of a club of only 5% of the African continent. Look to your friend to your left, look to your friend to your right, and just think about that. You are one of 5% of the African continent. Congratulations on your wonderful achievement. You are going to go forward, and you are going to be the leaders in your country and this continent. You will be the leaders in education, in health, in politics, and in business. With this great honor comes a wonderful, wonderful opportunity and responsibility. And I'd like you to invite, to extend what you have achieved to at least one other Kenyan, so that within our lifetime, this club of ours of 5% extends to a club of 10%, so that we, the African continent, and the people of the African continent can continue to contribute to the world, and we will invite the world to look upon us as a successful continent. We are a successful continent, and you represent that success. Congratulations to you all. Thank you.
As I finish with the partnerships, allow me to invite the president and co-founder, Victoria Vaz, who is the president of Lodestar Incorporation, to come and tell us the initiative that her corporation and Mount Kenya University want to initiate in the nearest future. Victoria.
Welcome to everyone.
Good day, beautiful people. Let me congratulate you by being at this day and graduating from university. And let me introduce us as a development company in Kenya today that we came from United States, state of Illinois, Chicago, to give you one of the biggest opportunities today for you people, for graduates, to employ you and show you that you've been studying at one of the wonderful places. And let me introduce our company, that we are a development company that is following the federal regulations for the trucking business. And we are here to bring the brighter future, give you opportunities to work with us in the future. Thank you very much for the university giving us a chance to employ you and see you in a brighter future tomorrow. We are here since yesterday to cooperate with you, students, and teach you, open in new workplaces, employ you, and partnership for years from now. I wish you best of luck, and we wish best of luck to us as well, and hope that we will find a way to work together, and students just work hard, and we will see you soon at the Mount Kenya University office for the future opportunities. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Oh my God.
At this juncture, I want to again recognize Professor Stanley Waudo and Mrs. Waudo, who are with us here today. And I want to say from my heart that it is through the leadership of Professor Waudo that you are graduating here today. So Professor Waudo and Mrs. Waudo, where are you? Come in front. I know working at Mount Kenya University has not been very easy for the last 11 years that Professor Stanley has worked with us. And it is always said, behind a successful man, there is a woman behind. So I know I will not ask Professor Waudo to do what I normally do, because at least we are a bit younger, but I will ask Professor Waudo to hug Mrs. Waudo, Mrs. Waudo, and tell her, thank you for supporting me for the last 11 years. Thank you. Thank you, Stanley, for being with us for the last 11 years. The guest of honor admitted that Professor Waudo broke his record when he was the Vice Chancellor of University of Nairobi. I want again to thank the government of Kenya for creating a level playing ground between public and private universities, the reason why we have continued to invest in this great institution. I want also to appreciate our local leaders who have also supported the university in terms of doing what it is doing. As you must have seen, today's theme is public-private partnership, and in this I want to recognize the first governor of Kiambu County, Honorable William Kabogo, who commissioned the anatomy lab in Bika Level 5 Hospital that made us start training medical doctors. I also want to appreciate the governor, the current governor of Kiambu County, Ferdinand Waititu, for opening the Makongeni route, because before, when we used to have graduation ceremonies, it used to be very chaotic. But through his efforts, he was able to open that road. And I want to say sometimes there are some few bad things that happen to an individual, and there are also good things. We should sometimes also to forget some of the challenges we face and then look at the positive part of it. When we are seated here today, this reminds me sometimes back in 1987 when we were double intake at Kenyatta University. And when we used to go to lecture rooms, the lecture rooms used to be flooded with the students. And I remember some people who were ahead of us said that we will not become anything because we are congested. But I want to say, to tell graduates that some of us, when we were in the university, and all of what we wanted to do is to be given a space to learn and exploit our potential, and we did not give up because we were discouraged by others. I want to tell you, wherever you are, you meet so many people who will discourage you, in terms of whatever you will be doing. Even as we sit here today, there are people who are scheming somewhere on how to discourage us in whatever we are doing. But look, become focused. If we were not focused, MKU would not have been there. We would not have provided you with the chance that we have provided to you today. About MKU, it's not about financial resources that some people might think comes to us. Our happiness, myself and my co-founder, Jane Newton, is when we see our students graduate. And we want to wish you the very best, and we want to always request you, don't accept to die with your potential. The potential that you have, it doesn't matter the school, it doesn't matter the background that you came from. What matters is you are believing in yourself so that you can be able to become what you want to become. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say we will still continue being committed in ensuring that our students get the best, and in this regard, as you are aware, the university signed a partnership with the United Nations Volunteer, and the Board of Directors has already put in Kenya shillings 4 million to enable 5 of our students to undertake the volunteer program for 6 months in 2020 in order to become the best they can be able to be. And in this regard, ladies and gentlemen, I want also to thank our researchers in this university, because from the information I was given by one of the researchers that they competed in the region, and they are almost winning a grant of Kenya shillings 460 million that will go towards research. And I want to thank them in advance, and we want to see to it that that is done. In conclusion, we have made significant strides this year in development of infrastructure for training and research. Of course, we are a part of the bigger university, higher education in this country. Of course, there has been some challenges. I am not the best person to talk about it, because today we have none other than Cabinet Secretary to really talk about it. But I want to say, as Mount Kenya University, we have remained focused, and we still continue remaining focused, so that we continue delivering our mandate as we have purposed. Finally, I honor our partners through a quote by Isaac Newton, when he stated, "If I have seen a little further, it is by studying on the shoulders of the giants." We consider our partners are an integral part of our success. I want to stop at that, and take this opportunity to wish you Merry Christmas and prosperous New Year. May you be blessed so that what you aspired to become can be realized. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's my singular honor to invite our chief guest, Professor George Makoha. I don't need to introduce George because he is known by many people. He shoots, he talks his mind. I'm not going to go and give his credentials, but I just want to say his personality, that when a friend of mine, and I have just read a message from a friend of mine, he is telling me, you are sitting with the person that we normally see, breathing and talking his mind. Is he disturbing you? And I said, you can see we are calm, and I just want to say, Professor Makoha, because at one time somebody was asking me, suppose he comes and makes a declaration in your presence that he has closed one of your campuses, and on the spot. Then I told him that it is not possible because all our campuses are accredited and licensed by the government in where he is working, so he can't be able to do that. So George, I'm humbled to take this opportunity to invite you to address this congregation.